What's going on, guys? It's Steve, and we've got another video for you. Today, Disney announced their first quarter earnings, 2022. And just make it quick. It was great. Disney announced great earnings for first quarter of 2022. I've actually got CNBC open. Let me take a look at it here. Look at Bob Chapek. He just looks happy. Like, I made you guys money. You probably have depending on which side you are, how you would feel about this. If you're a shareholder, you probably feel pretty good. And if you're not a shareholder, you might not feel so hot knowing like Disney's making all this money and you're having to pay a lot to help them make this much money. Full disclosure, because I think I have to say this, I don't know. It's just everybody else does it, so I'll do it. I am a shareholder in the Walt Disney Company. So there you go. Let's take a look at this little article here real quick. It says Disney Parks business roars back as company beats earning expectations. The stock soars. And it did in the after hours. It did. Let's see. It says Disney reported earnings for the fiscal first quarter that beat analyst estimates. Disney Plus subscriptions beat estimates. Nearly 12 million subscribers were added in the quarter. And then the big one for theme parks, Disney Parks and Experiences Consumer Products Division saw revenues reach $7.2 billion in the quarter, doubling the prior year's quarter. Now, the prior year, we were still in the throes of the pandemic and there were no vaccines yet. So that's not that much of a surprise, I guess. But real quick, just take a look. Earnings per share was $1.06. Adjusted 63 cents were expected. So a big beat on EPS. Revenues beat. Total subscribers for Disney Plus beat as well. So triple beat. Big good earnings announcement for Disney. Good announcement. Now, the one I was probably most concerned about amongst these three was probably the Disney Plus situation. Number of subscribers, adding new subscribers for the quarter. If you're not familiar, Netflix had their issues. Was it maybe last week when they announced their earnings? But they missed really bad on new subscribers and really hurt the stock quite badly. And my own thinking going into this was, I got a feeling the same thing's going to happen to Disney Plus. And if you don't remember, Disney Plus debuted November, just before the start of the pandemic, which I guess November 2019. They timed it perfectly. Did they know something that we didn't know? I don't know. We know. So Disney timed it perfectly with debuting Disney Plus at that time. And then the pandemic starts. Everybody starts creating memberships for different streaming services, whether it was Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, you name it. Like everyone's, needs to do something to pass time during the pandemic. Well, now that that's kind of been wrapping up, people are unsubscribing from some of these streaming services, or maybe they're consolidating down to just having one or two instead of six or whatever used to have. So like myself, I've done the same thing. I've canceled, I canceled my Netflix. It hasn't expired yet. I've done this before. Sometimes by the time it actually expires, I just end up renewing it or whatever. I'm like, okay, keep it a little bit longer. But I won't get rid of Disney Plus though, because my baby girl loves Disney Plus. But some people just cancel anyway. They'll just watch like the show they want to watch. Like they want Book of Boba Fett's finished. Guess what? I don't need this anymore. Mandalorian season 2 is done. I don't need it anymore or something. So, but apparently that's not the issue though. Disney Plus is doing really, really good. And the theme parks has just hit it out of the park. Now I did listen to the conference call after earnings were announced this afternoon. And a couple of things I thought that were interesting on the conference call. One of the things that I had, let me back this up. So the number one thing I think was the amount of users that are using Genie Plus. I think they said like 1/3 of guests are using Genie Plus. And I believe Bob Chapek said that it went as high as 50% during the holidays when it was really, really busy. I mean, people were using Genie Plus to who wants to wait in the lines, right? Like you're, $15. Okay, I'll spend it, whatever. If I don't have to deal with the Christmas queues or whatever to ride Space Mountain. So, apparently Genie Plus, big success, big source of revenue for Disney. And I think that was expected. They're doing really, really good on merchandising sales and food sales. Much larger margins. So I guess raising the prices, they're, generating larger profit margins on food and merchandise. And then you have your tickets, tickets are 25% more for annual passes now, right? So that's another big increase, another big margin increase. And I had said before in a previous couple of videos that I said, maybe this has to do more with pricing at Disney, whether it's merchandise or food or tickets, whatever, that, it's more due to inflationary pressure. And that's why Disney's raising prices. But the interesting thing was, and I could be wrong, because like I said, I was listening to the conference call while I was in the car. I didn't hear them mention anything about inflationary pressure, or that's the reason why they were raising their prices. And I don't think they said anything about guidance either, like that inflation, like they were anticipating inflationary pressure, like in upcoming quarters or whatever. So in their guidance, I don't think they mentioned anything like that. Maybe I'll have to dig back in and read. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. So basically, they're just raising their prices and they're making a lot more money. The margins are just getting bigger. They're not paying more for food. They're just, margins are bigger. So good for shareholders. Maybe not the best thing for on the consumer side, but I just thought that was interesting. What else was interesting in the conference call? We actually got a date for Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi show coming to Disney Plus. February, what is it? The 25th. There it is, because they released the movie poster too. Yeah, there it is. It looks cool. Obi-Wan on the desert, the desert of Tatooine again, or he's on Tatooine. Where else is he going to be? He's got to look over baby Luke. Someone's got to watch baby Luke, make sure he's okay. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. We got a date for that. Anything else I'm missing that I thought was kind of interesting from the conference call? Talked about Genie Plus, talked about the margins. It was a very positive conference call. So if you're a shareholder, you should probably feel pretty good. They're excited about the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Yeah, so that pretty much sums it up. Then I think that's pretty much all I had to say, really. So, well, if you were hoping that, if you were part of the Reddit, if you were part of the subreddit and you were hoping that you would be able to vote against Bob Chapek and then maybe that would put some type of pressure to fire him, it probably isn't going to happen. It's not going to happen anytime soon, because the numbers that the guy is putting out there so far, he knocked it out of the park. So I don't think that's going to happen. But hey, if you wanted to do it, you did it. Maybe someone heard you voice your opinion, voice your vote. It's part of the cool thing about owning stock in a company is you do have a say, but it doesn't look like it's going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference this quarter. Bob Chapek looks like he's here to stay. Bob Chapek has a nickname of being a bean counter. His predecessor, Bob Iger, was much more of a spender. He bought, don't forget, he bought Star Wars, he bought Marvel, he bought Fox, he bought Pixar, he bought, am I forgetting something else? I don't know. Galactic Cruiser, Star Wars Galactic Cruiser, that happened underneath him. Building Galaxy's Edge and 2 parks happened underneath him. He built 2 parks in China. So Bob Iger was a big spender, whereas now I think we're going to be looking at someone that's much more about the dollar, the fiscal side of the company, shareholder value, that type of thing. It might not be a bad idea if you've never invested before. Maybe it's a good time to invest in the Disney company. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do, but on the guest side of it, yeah, I mean, prices are up. Prices are increasing. They're finding ways to make more money out of customers, out of guests, and it is what it is. So anyway, and of course, we'll see how the stock performs tomorrow. Tomorrow is a weird day because tomorrow we actually get early in the morning, I think at 8 a.m. CPI numbers, Consumer Price Index, which is inflationary numbers. So we'll get inflation numbers, hoping that will be down a little bit from where it was in the last report. But that might hurt Disney stock regardless if it's a bad number. So even with good earnings or whatever, I mean, inflation may pull down the whole market. So it may not make a big difference. But definitely the after hours, I mean, Disney popped pretty well. Let's see here. Well, at the end of the after hours, 6.6%, but it was much higher when they announced the earnings. It was like, I don't know if they got over 10%, maybe 9%, 8, 9, 10%. That's normal though. It usually trails back down because when the earnings are announced, you'll usually have traders that'll jump in and ride those gaps and try to make their quick little money, and then they'll sell and it'll come back down a little bit. But we'll see how Disney performs tomorrow and the next days coming forward. But very, 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 very positive news for Disney. Oh, I know one other thing they talked about the conference call I thought was interesting. They talked about using technology more in place of cast members. So like, when you check into a resort, do it mobilely now. You don't have to go to the front desk anymore, or checking out and that type of thing. So they're obviously saving money there. That's less it's less payroll. So they're saving money using different types of using technology or whatever that normally would have involved having a cast member do that duty or that job or something. Another thing too that I think Disney's been talking about a lot, and they brought it up again in their conference call, is the metaverse. Bob Chapek touched on it a lot in this conference call, saying that it's important to the Disney company, and it's going to be interesting to see what exactly that entails for Disney. I can have my ideas. I don't think anyone even knows what metaverse is yet, because it doesn't really exist yet. But, I just have my ideas of like, you'd wear some like crazy glasses. And as you walk down Main Street, like there's Mickey Mouse right there. Like there's Donald Duck right there. And, there's just different characters or something. I don't know. It'll be interesting. But anyway, it's not Disney's actually been talking about the metaverse a lot here the last couple of days. Actually, Bob Iger brought it up recently. Disney started to play with the metaverse too a little bit already, with Vivi selling or licensing NFTs to Vivi to sell or something. So, but the metaverse was brought up quite a bit during the conference call. But either way, today was a good day for Disney shareholders. So congratulations to you guys out there. And that's a wrap on this video. So guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. A lot of you guys have been subscribing. Really, 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 really sincerely appreciate it. Give it a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below. What did you guys think of the earnings announcement? How do you guys feel about Disney raising the prices to increase their profit margins? Maybe not so much due to inflation like I had thought in the past, or I'd said in previous videos. So let me know how you feel about that. Guys, that's a wrap on the video. I'm done. It's late. Take care. Have a great one. Have a great evening, because it is nighttime when I'm recording this. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.